Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley and this is my 5th video log, hopefully in a series of many. I wanted to make a video log about a response video to video log number 3. And in video log 3 I just made a point about satellites being very difficult to depict online or very difficult to find a picture with my friend Robbie O'Hare. And in the process of doing so, he sent me a cartoon. I called it cognitive dissonance. He genuinely thought he was sending me a picture. So he thought it was a real picture. Obviously, knowing what I know, it wasn't. And I pointed that out to him and then made mention of it in the 3rd video log. So off the back of that, I did a quick response and uploaded a video that was titled No Satellites or No Photos of Satellites in Space. Thinking if I keep it really narrow, I'll see what response I got. As soon as I'd uploaded the video and before I'd even reviewed it to change some of the spelling errors, there was 4 thumbs down and 2 views, which I was quite surprised about. Sort of mathematically impossible, but there we go, that's the way it was. But within, an hour, I'd got several responses and one with, lucky for me, a website to connect to, which is great. So unfortunately for the person who sent it me, whether or not your intentions were good or not, I don't know, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to name and shame you. So if we go to my comments, I'm sorry about this, Mobo the belly dancer, but you've sent me a link to eclipsetours.com, Paul Malley artificial satellite observations. So if we go to Eclipse Tours, I'll scroll to the top of it. It starts with the cartoon, which is this. I didn't quite get the joke, maybe I'm thick, I don't know. Picture of a nice ball. Some old newspaper cuttings from 1962. Then we have a real photograph. So just so I'm clear about what I'm after, that's a photograph. That's kind of the thing I'm after. That's a photograph. That's an old photograph of somebody looking like they're doing something very technical, but nonetheless a photograph. Then we get into the photos of satellites, and this isn't really what I'm after. I'm after a picture of something that looks like a satellite. And I'm not being coy when I say satellite. There's no need to tell me that the moon is a satellite or that technically the ISS is a satellite. Now I realise they've got tech for the ISS down a little bit better than they did for the thousands of satellites that we have roaming above us, and indeed in geostationary orbit, i.e. fixed in their places. Now, what I'm suggesting is that we have very good equipment, very good zoom. We should be able to take a good picture of a satellite, especially one that's in geostationary orbit. And a good picture is a good picture. Time-lapse photography of lights in the sky, it doesn't cut it. It's not a photograph of a satellite, it's a photograph of the streak of light apparently a satellite makes. That's not what I'm after. This is a photograph of something. I don't know what, but it's a photograph. Back to more dots and streaks. Not really what I'm after, not really what I'm after. Not really what I'm after. The aurora, very pretty. Very nice photograph. Not really what I'm after. Grainy, out of focus, streaks. Absolutely nothing. Here's a case in point. So this dot in the sky is, according to what we have labelled, a rocket. Now I know it's a rocket, not because I've read anything about the photograph, but because there's an arrow and the word rocket next to it. Not really what I'm after, not really a picture of a satellite. Now, I've already reviewed this site, so I know what we get to eventually. A good picture of the blood moon. Again, apparently pictures of satellites. So DART, I think, is this dot. I don't know what the other dot's pointing at, but DART is this dot. It's not a photograph of a satellite. It's not really something that depicts a satellite. It's just dot. Not really what I'm after. Now, the jokers who made this site have put this up. This is kind of what I'm after, if it weren't for the fact that it's a cartoon. Where they've shown you what you need to know I'm looking for is this. A picture like that. I'm not suggesting it'll be anywhere near as dramatic, but I at least want to make out the contour, the shape, the general idea of what it is we're looking at, which is a satellite. This is a cartoon, so I'm sorry, Mobo the belly dancer. That's just not going to cut the mustard. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I've been Nathan Oakley. I'll see you in the next one.